History is not just a list of dates and names, it's a story. The story of America is a complex one, full of triumphs and tragedies, progress and setbacks. It's a story of diverse people, from the first inhabitants to waves of immigrants, all shaping the nation. To understand America today, we must look back at its past. Understanding American history means grappling with its contradictions. It's about celebrating the ideals of freedom and equality while acknowledging the struggles to achieve them. It's about recognizing the contributions of ordinary people, often marginalized and forgotten, who shaped the course of events. This journey through American history will not shy away from difficult truths. We will explore the displacement of Native Americans, the horrors of slavery, and the fight for civil rights. We will also examine the forces that shaped the nation's economy, culture, and place in the world. By understanding the past, we can better understand the present and help shape a more just and equitable future for all Americans. Let's begin by turning back the clock to a time before European arrival, to a land already teeming with life and culture. Long before European explorers set foot on what they called the New World, the North American continent was home to a vibrant mosaic of indigenous cultures. For thousands of years, diverse Native American tribes thrived across the land, each with its own unique language, traditions, and relationship to the environment. From the Pueblo peoples of the Southwest, known for their impressive cliff dwellings and mastery of agriculture, to the nomadic tribes of the Great Plains who hunted buffalo and lived in harmony with nature, the pre-Columbian era was a testament to human adaptability and resilience. These were not simply scattered tribes, but sophisticated societies with complex systems of governance, trade, and spirituality. The Iroquois Confederacy in the Northeast, for example, had a system of representative government that would later influence the Founding Fathers. However, the arrival of Europeans would forever alter the course of Native American history, marking the beginning of a long and tragic era of displacement, disease, and cultural disruption. The year 1492 marked a turning point in history, not just for Europe but for the Americas as well. Christopher Columbus's voyage, funded by the Spanish crown, opened the door to an era of European exploration and colonization that would irrevocably transform the Western Hemisphere. Driven by a thirst for gold, land, and religious conversion, Spanish conquistadors, followed by English, French, and Dutch explorers, laid claim to vast territories, often encountering fierce resistance from the native inhabitants. The encounter between Europeans and Native Americans was a clash of cultures, a collision of worldviews that had devastating consequences for the indigenous populations. The arrival of Europeans brought not only warfare but also diseases like smallpox, measles, and influenza, to which Native Americans had no immunity. These epidemics decimated entire populations, weakening their ability to resist European encroachment. The introduction of new crops and livestock, while transforming the landscape, also disrupted traditional ways of life. This period of colonization laid the foundation for the United States, but it was a foundation built on stolen land, forced labor, and the suffering of Native Americans. It's a history we must confront honestly if we are to understand the complexities of the nation's past and present. By the 18th century, 13 British colonies had taken root along the Atlantic coast of North America, each with its own distinct character and economy. From the bustling port cities of Boston and New York to the rural farmlands of Pennsylvania and Virginia, colonial life was a tapestry of diverse experiences. New England, with its strong Puritan roots, emphasized education and religious piety, while the southern colonies developed an economy based on cash crops like tobacco and rice, fueled by the labor of enslaved Africans. The middle colonies, with their fertile soil and tolerant Quaker traditions, attracted a diverse mix of immigrants seeking religious freedom and economic opportunity. However, beneath this veneer of growth and prosperity, simmered tensions between the colonists and the British Crown. As the colonies matured economically and politically, they chafed under increasingly restrictive trade regulations and taxes imposed by Parliament. The cry of no taxation without representation would become a rallying cry for colonists demanding greater autonomy and a voice in their own governance. The seeds of revolution were sown in the fertile ground of colonial discontent, setting the stage for a momentous clash that would determine the fate of a nation.